Hello, welcome to hashtag 4th Art Saturday Video Hop, which takes place every month, the 4th Saturday of every month with a different theme, hosted by the Meri Atelier YouTube channel. After watching my video, please go to the description box below and hop to the next video to see the other amazing artists. So this is the original piece that I'm going to be working with. I created this recently in my art journal. So this is going to be the piece that I'm working, that I'm based off of. So you see I've traced it already, and I am going to transform this into monochromatic digital painting, because the theme this month is to use one color and all its tints and shades. So I'm going to be working with blue and making and creating essentially just a monochromatic digital painting. And you might wonder, what's the difference between tint and a shade? A shade is when you add black to a color and make it darker, and tints are when you add white to a color to make them lighter. So I am working on my iPad Pro using the PROCREATE app, which is a highly acclaimed app, and unbelievably, it only costs a one-time fee of $10 to $15. That's when I bought it 8 years ago. And you do not even have to renew any kind of subscription each year or anything. You get so much bang for your buck, and it's highly acclaimed. It's a professional app, and it's like 8 years ago, I only paid $10 or $15 for it. So it's not cheap. I mean, it's not a low quality app at all. It's very high quality and highly acclaimed. So why do I use iPad? Why do I create iPad digital art? Well, first of all, I'm a multimedia artist. I work in many different mediums, mostly all different kinds of painting and drawing mediums. I don't do sculpture. So I have painted in oil. I have done quite a bit in oil painting, acrylic painting, watercolor painting, mixed media painting, encaustic painting, quite a lot of it. I have done quite a bit in encaustic painting, as a matter of fact, and art journaling and all those kinds of mediums there, and then the different kinds of drawing mediums. I use many different kinds of drawing mediums. So in addition to all those traditional mediums, I have taken up iPad digital art, and I took it up 8 years ago, no, about 7 years ago, when I took it up in the last 7 years of my career, because in my career, in the last 7 years, I had to start commuting about 3.5 to 4 hours a day by train. It was 2 hours in the morning, door to door, to get to work, and about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours coming home, door to door, in the afternoon. So I wanted to start using that time on the train productively, and I discovered all the things I could do on my iPad. Of course, I could do lesson plans on the iPad. I could check my work email, personal email, do professional reading that I had to do for work, any kind of writing that I had to do, surveys. At work, they were always giving us surveys to take. So doing surveys, just everything. I could do everything on the iPad. Grading, I could do grading also. So, and then I discovered I could do art on the iPad. And right away I started using the PROCREATE app, because a friend told me about it. And now, why do I continue to use the iPad? Why do I continue to enjoy it? I have a vision disability, as you can tell by my channel name, and I am technically legally blind, which does not mean I'm totally blind. Legal blindness does not mean you're totally blind. It can mean that, but it does not. For 10% of the population, it does not. I mean, for 90% of the blind population, it does not mean you're totally blind. So that means I have partial blindness, but technically I'm still legally blind. And the iPad is so accessible for me. I can hold the iPad like 9 to 10 inches from my face, and I can zoom up, like you can see right there, zoom up, see things, and zoom up to work on details. And I love it for that. as opposed to a laptop or a desktop, which I would have to strain my neck and shoulders to lean over the keyboard to see things. Of course, I'm not so familiar with the accessibility features on a laptop. I probably should look more into that. But for now, and for many years, I use the iPad for my digital art. And let me see. And another reason why I really enjoy the iPad digital art is I have a very small, tight art space currently, and sometimes I just don't want to make a mess, and it's hard to navigate it's somewhat hard to navigate getting materials out. Like, some of my materials are pretty accessible, but other materials, they're packed away. I mean, not packed away, but they're on shelves and in boxes, and you have to pull boxes out and all that. And I'm not in the mood for that sometimes. So sometimes I really love just creating on the iPad because it's very minimal. It's very, very minimalistic and clean. No mess is made, and minimalistic because all I need is the iPad, my Procreate app, and my Apple Pencil, which is a stylus, which I sometimes use. Because sometimes I just use my finger on the touch screen to create, and then other times I do use the Apple Pencil, which is a stylus. And how do I print things out? Because with digital art, if you want to have something in your hands, of course you do have to print it out somehow. And I have many things printed at 2 different printers. One of them is Fine Art America, which you can check my link down below and see my digital art printed out on my Fine Art America website. And you can get it printed out on archival paper, framed, unframed. You can get it printed on wood, acrylic, metal, and then all kinds of products, posters, t-shirts, blankets, shower curtains, phone cases. Like, I'm not even naming all of them. There's even more, stickers. So that's really good for that. Then if I want more high quality printing, I mean, like giclée. Giclée is the best kind of print you can get. A giclée print, especially if I want a giclée print on gallery wrapped canvas, I am looking into another printer for that. I've tentatively looked into another printer for that. Yes, it's on, and any sizes all the way up to like 5 by 6 feet, very small, all the way up to like 5 by 6 feet gallery wrapped canvases, and they ended up looking like a painting in the end. I mean, like, you can't tell if that's even an acrylic painting in the end. So I'm really excited about looking into that. So, and then I just want to touch a little bit on the issue of the controversy. I don't know if you call it a controversy, but the difference of opinion of people that really like and love digital art and those that dislike it. So what do you think in the comments down below? Do you like digital art? Do you think it's real art? I don't know. I think some people don't think that digital art is possibly real art. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, so some people just don't think digital art is real art, or for some reason they dislike it, and I'm not sure exactly why, but I really love it, even though I do like to have a handmade piece in the end. But that is just the one downside of digital art. I do love handmade items, but I still do make handmade items, like, scratch from hand. So this is finishing up right here. I'm finishing it up. And I know I didn't talk much about the process of how I make this. On future videos, I'll do that. Instead, I was just talking about other aspects of creating digital art. So in future videos, I'll talk more about the process. So here it is, the finished image, showing close-ups. And thank you so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up. It helps out the channel so much. And please consider subscribing.